Hey, good morning, guys. If you can see me and hear me, let me know in chat. Just want to make sure. Good effing morning. Well, I wish I could say it's good morning, but oof. Giant oof. Cool. Glad to see you guys. How you guys doing? A lot has happened since I went to sleep. And I wish I could wake up in another type of sentiment. And seems like my reverse McDonald's is sort of coming true. I hope we go up, but at this moment it seems very bearish sentiments all around, not just Discord but social media and pretty much everywhere I go. Even as I was looking into the Wonderland Wonderland room, people are actually turning on Sifu and Daniel. This is nuts. So if you're new here, I'm gonna go over a recap of what happened since our last stream. Even though our last stream was quite eventful, but now we have even more stuff that's happening, and there's just so much to scroll through. The room pretty much blew up. There's just so many stuff. So I've been up since 2 hours ago. So I actually woke up like 5 a.m. in my local time, and I just been reading. Like, I got a ton of messages on my Twitter, a ton of messages like all over my DMs and like everywhere on Discord. People are like, what's going on? Why is this happening? What is this? Anyway, so the Wonderland team has been up this whole time, I guess. They're probably in a different time zone. I think Sifu is still up last I checked. And yeah, there's just so much negative sentiments. It's astounding how much has changed in the last few hours. I can't believe I'm saying this. Okay, but before we go on, please share and spread the word about this stream. I really want to know what you guys are thinking about this project right now and all the stuff that's been going on. By the way, if you want to support me, you can do super chats in here. I'll definitely read your message out loud. I also have a Patreon if you want to support me, because at this point I need all the supports I can get. It's getting to the point where even I am feeling quite uncomfortable. Now I get a lot of messages from people saying, hey Degen, why are you spreading FUD? Why are you helping the negative sentiments? Listen, like, ever since the beginning, I've been neutral on everything. I try not to take sides on projects. Even on projects that I am invested in, I'm merely telling you what's going on. I'm trying to give you an unbiased updates on what's going on. This is me. Like, even if the news is unfavorable to a asset that I invested in, I will still tell you, because I'm not trying to get you to go blind when you're going into something, right? I want to give you all the information you need so you can make that decision yourself. Now, if you're saying I'm spreading FUD, if the news is negative and it's true, it doesn't mean that it's FUD. A FUD is an untrue thing that you're trying to spread, right, to favor yourself. So I'm just gonna tell you what are the news and what's going on with this project, so you guys can make your decisions. Replace Sifu, vote for Degen Defi. I'm not sure if I can handle a couple $100 million, how to invest them. I mean, if I were, okay, here's what I would do if I was Sifu, if I was in charge of like $1 billion fund. What would I do? I don't know. I'll put it all in stable coins or something. or FTM. I don't know. I like FTM, but like, I'll just put it all in stable coin. Farm that freaking APY and give it to people. But of course, you promise a ton of APY for people who got in. We all know that's not super sustainable. So yeah, price updates, we are down 40.99% in the past 24 hours. 23% the past 6 hours, 9% in the past hour since the announcement was made. We will go into that, and 1.68% in the past 5 minutes alone. So what we're seeing here is a lot of people selling. Obviously, it's down. We got double the number of sells than buys, and it's not pretty. All right, so it seems like we got over 100 people now. Make sure to spread the word, and I will go into the recap of what happened last. Whoa, my Discord is going nuts too. People are, yeah, well, yeah, my Discord, it's a lot smaller than Wonderland's Discord, but we got a lot of passionate people there. We got a lot of regulars. We all on easy right now, so yeah. Anyway, let's go into the news. So since we last met on the stream, we were going somewhere here. We were going towards the right direction. It was 35K, and we were hoping to go back to 40K or something. So I went to bed, and as soon as I went to bed, Sifu woke up, and let's look at all the stuff the Sifu said. All right, shall we? That'll give you a good update of what's going on. So the Sifu said, since we went to sleep. So first of all, he started buyback, a $2 million buyback. And if you watch my last stream towards the end, I did mention about my concerns about buying back with the treasury, and it is a bit concerning, and they sort of addressed it. So anyway, so the first thing he said was that they are writing an article with detail will be written. Better to release and answer questions here than to communicate solely via Discord chat. What does that mean? So does he agree that he should not be doing this kind of answer? Instead of they should write an article and communicate it to everyone? I think that should be, better. But I think that's what he means. I think he misspoken. How long was the announcement? Hours. So he bought $5 million worth of WMemo with his personal money, and says the price is ridiculous. Yeah, dude, why don't you continue to buy to support the floor price? I mean, that's what you promised, right? So that's what happened. He said he bought 5 million. And then he said buybacks will continue. The problem was the bots ran out of fund. And again, I confirmed that on my stream before he said that. The reason we broke the price floor is because when they set limit orders, you got a certain amount of money that you put in on that floor, on that price for that limit order. When the whales ate all of that up, you don't have a limit order anymore. So that's why it will continue to go down. And when you have a liquidation event happening, it's going to eat through your limit price, your buy price, your limit order, like in seconds. So that's why we kept going down, and there's no support for it, because the bots ran out of fund. Multi-sig to replenish takes time. So here's the thing. We know that the fund in the Wonderland Treasury is backed by multi-sig. That means multiple people need to sign off on it in order for Sifu to deploy the fund, or anyone for that matter. So it's not just Sifu himself that they need to wake up when they run out of fund, when they need to buy. It's not just Sifu. It's going to be all those other dudes. They all need to sign off on it. So, and I don't know where all of these dudes are in the world. They need to wake up, type in some of their number from their key, their physical keys, and then they can unlock the fund. And that's how they are able to deploy the fund. So it's not just Sifu himself. It needs to be multiple people in order to deploy the fund. And that in itself, I admit, I said it on the stream before, that is not an efficient process. Because whales, they know now when you guys are sleeping, and they will take advantage of that. the whales are not dumb. They know what's going on. Like even a dumb person like myself can figure this out. So what do you think whales with millions of dollars are doing? They're doing stuff like that all day to all the projects. That's how they are able to exploit, make money, and that's why they're whales. I mean, I just can't believe they didn't see this coming. Like, you have to see this coming. If you are a $1 billion project, you should have people employed on your team who should be able to figure out the downsides of things, right? Of certain strategy. Because traditional companies do this all the time. They have teams of people for risk management. They have teams of people for publicity. I know we try to be NTVC, but there's a reason companies are structured that way. Because for situations like this, you cannot have a single person doing all the buying. You cannot have a single person doing publicity or PR stuff in the Discord chat every day. Not everyone is on Discord, and there are tons of people getting banned from Discord. You gotta go to all the social channels to get their messages out across. Like this message right here. If I don't do this stream right now, if I don't do Twitter compilation thread, no one knows this is the reason. They'll just look at time and they'll be like, oh, we're dropping so fast, this project is over, we're gonna lose, so they're gonna sell. Do you understand me, Sifu? Do you understand me, Wonderland? This is the thing I'm trying to get across. I've said it so many times in my other videos. Now people have been saying like, oh, why are you always simping? Like, I am not simping. I've been criticizing everything. Like, I criticize when I see things that does not work, when I see flaws in your project, I call them out on my videos. I call them out on Twitter all the time. So this is me calling you out right now about this. This doesn't work. All right. So people are asking, why weren't they able to stop liquidation? Why weren't they able to stop the landing? Right? That's the question. Yeah, what's the reason behind not being able to stop people from leveraging? Well, as Wonderland, my answer to that would be a free market and our token can be seized and controlled by us. We can't stop a lending platform from listing us. That's false. In a free DeFi environment, I don't think we could. I don't think we should. Well, the latest update, I don't know. So when the time he wrote this, it was 12 a.m. The latest news is that they actually stopped the cauldron on Abra for WMemo. So they did stop it. And as you know, Abra is controlled by Daniel. So, and we're going to get to Abra and a spell token in a bit. But this is no longer true because they stopped. So when you stop leveraging, it has effects both ways. When you leverage, people either borrow WMemo or they borrow Magic Internet money. It can go both ways. So when you see crazy high price, when people leverage, the price can go either crazy high due to a lot of borrowing of cash, or the price can go very low due to a lot of borrowing of WMemo, which this means it's a short. When you borrow cash, it's a long position because you want to use it to buy WMemo. When you are short, when you can borrow WMemo if you are short position, because when you borrow WMemo, you sell it right away to make a price depression, and then you buy it back at the end, and then you pay off your WMemo. That's how you create a short position with leveraging. So when you stop, so what did they do? They stopped WMemo borrowing. So that means you cannot borrow WMemo anymore and then sell it right away to cause a price depression. So what you see here is likely people with like small frogs like us, or people panicking. They saw the news, which we will discuss soon, and they didn't like the news and they started selling. This is what that is. Now consider that Abra is not the only landing platform, as we saw yesterday on the stream. You can have, I think Trader Joe also does landing. So I'm not sure what other platforms are there, but there are a lot of landing platforms. But I don't know which one has WMemo for landing. So theoretically, if that still exists, someone can still borrow that from somewhere and then do a short on it. Alright, so what else? Bought 5 million, bots start out again shortly. So apparently he's replenishing the fund and trying to buy it back. Alright. My liquidation was a lot to me, sir. I meant to say it was too small to be the reason for such a large dip when our liquidity pool holds $200 million. Alright, so here's the biggest news. I'm having a list made of everyone who was liquidated in the cascade last night, as I did during the last one where I was liquidated. Tokens used for buyback will be used to make liquidation victims whole. Danny and I will not be made as whole as to increase everyone's share. This is the biggest one that's causing all this controversy right now. This one right here. It's a... So people's gonna have mixed feelings about this. It's a very controversial move. And throughout the night I read already, he's trying to get this action into a proposal so people can vote on it. What he's saying is, if you got liquidated last night at these prices, 20, 25k-ish, I think. If you got liquidated around that time, Sifu's gonna pay you back for your liquidation. At first, he's saying he's gonna use the treasury money. So when he said that, everyone got mad. Why people got mad? Well, the reason people got mad, as you can see from the emojis, the reason people got mad is because they were like, oh, are we doing socialism now? Why are we paying people who over leveraged with the fund from the treasury, which is our money? Why are we rewarding people with risky behavior? That was the #1 complaint when he wrote this message. And not gonna lie, I'm gonna complain about that too if I saw that message last night. It's not fair to all the holders who were responsible. It's not fair to long-term holders who didn't leverage. Now, that's one side of the argument. The other argument is that, well, these people who had a liquidation price of like 25k, they weren't really responsible, because since the Dow promised a 40,000, 50,000 floor price, they thought it would be safe to be 50% below it at 25,000. Again, I don't think this is irresponsible. I think this is a pretty safe way of doing leverage and having your liquidation price at 25,000. Now, what I said last night during the stream, all leverages are dangerous. If you are leveraging, you should be aware that you could get liquidated, and you should be fine with getting liquidated. So when you get liquidated, don't complain, because you put yourself in that position. That's my feeling. Even though you are sort of responsible putting it down here, you're the one who opened the liquidation position, the leverage position down here. So now, like, why are we compensating you for that? The only reason I see them want to do this is because they feel sorry that they weren't able to back the flooring price, and they want to help people who were liquidated. Now, before you complain, you'll be like, why we're using the treasury fund to help them? It is found out later on in the message that based on the Discord sentiments, they're gonna skip the votes altogether, and instead of using the treasury fund, Daniel and Sifu will use their own personal money to pay back people who got liquidated at 25k. All right, so this is what the latest is. They're paying people with their own money, and I think that's much fairer, because I think it is their fault for not able to support the flooring price that easily. It is their fault for doing it, so they should pay for it. So Danny and Sifu will pay for it. So apparently Danny lost like $10 million last night due to liquidation, and I think he's panicking really hard right now, and that's not a good look for someone who's supposed to be the head of this project. So again, make it clear, guys. They're working on a refund process to help the liquidation victims at 25K. If you get liquidated around 25K, Sifu and Danny is gonna pay you back all of that fee, all of those 10% liquidation price. They're gonna pay you back by giving you W memos at a very cheap price or near zero. That's what I heard. From their own fund, from their own wallets. It's not going to be from the treasury. Alright? So just want to make that clear. How is it that fair that the people who did not leverage? Yeah, that was the question. You're still in the game, holding token, which can work to increase the value to provide revenue share. Those liquidations are wrecked. No hope. Frog protect frogs. And here's talking about paying people back for liquidation. Yeah, the DAO is welcome. So this is old news. They actually skipped the DAO process and just go directly to Sifu himself, or use their own money. He probably lost a lot of money last night too, and so did Daniel, but they're still gonna pay people back. Apparently that's still their word right now, so we have to wait to see if they actually do it. So those who were liquidated at 25K when backing was over 40K were not greedy gamblers. Yeah, that's what I said. They're not greedy. They're sort of pretty safe liquidation, but they still leveraged. So when you leverage, you take responsibility for your actions. Looks like we have to update the McDonald's chart now. So instead of this, we got this. So hopefully we go this. All right, that's, I don't know, I hope. So apparently this number is very small. It won't cripple the treasury if they do pay it out with treasury. I'm sure you and Danny would like to be reimbursed. We would, but we won't be. So they won't be getting reimbursed. The payback will not drain the treasury. They're working on the exact number. We'll have them for you in the detailed meeting article. The DAO elected him to make such a decision without further vote. If the DAO is unhappy with this decision, you can vote to stop it and I will comply. So if you're not happy with Sifu, you can start a vote to vote him out. So here's the guy talking about if they never leverage, what happens? Your suffering will in the form of minimal delusion in exchange for changing the lives of many who believe in this project. Alright, so again, this message was sent around 8 hours ago and it's already out of date because of the recent development. So stay tuned. We're gonna go into this. What's the question? Are you really telling me you're gonna use my money to charity donate the leveraged people? Because if the answer is yes, I will sell right now. Yeah, so that's people was concerning about using the treasury. He said no. I am going to use treasury fund to buy back below backing as promised to divert those rebought tokens to victims who lost from the cascade at a very low price. I don't know what this means. This doesn't make sense. I mean, does it make sense to you guys? He's gonna use treasury fund to buy back below backing as promised and divert those rebought tokens to victims who lost from the cascade at a very low price. So you are using the treasury money to buy back W memo, and then you send the W memo to the people who leveraged and lost money. Doesn't that mean you're sending the treasury fund indirectly to the people who leverage? That's exactly what this thing. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So that's why the clown emoji, I'm gonna add another clown emoji here. And this emoji right here. This does not make sense, Sifu. What are you talking about? Unless I'm misunderstanding, my small brain cannot understand what he's talking about. This is very confusing. I hope I'm getting it correctly. Like, what the hell does this mean? Like, it is what it looks like. They're taking the money and then they're paying. Using the treasury, they're paying people who leveraged. That's it. I have sympathy for people who leverage for sure. But it looks like you gotta take responsibility for your actions. That's life. That's the message in life. Like, you don't see me complaining and be like, yo, I lost like 90% in this project. You gotta help me out. You gotta pay me back. Like, I'm not gonna complain and cry because I made the decision this whole time to do this, to be in this project. Who do I blame? I'm not gonna blame anyone. It's myself. I made that decision after reading all of this, and I take all responsibility for, uncertainties. It's all of that. There's risk involved in all projects. You always assess the risk before you go in, and that's part of the risk. And the risk is the project takes a whole new direction, and you have no idea what's gonna happen. This is it. Like, that's. So people take responsibility for your own actions. That's all I'm asking. There's no handouts, Like, if you do a handout, then why don't you compensate me for all the bad decisions I made in the past? Can you compensate that? Can you give me back all the money that I lost? Like, if you're gonna pay people back for that, like, you gotta pay people back for everything. I'm saying that I intend to make whole those who were liquidated under the NGMI, well under backing price, during these Black Swan events. This is not a Black Swan event, Sifu. This is events. This has happened last week. Just last week. Same exact thing happened. So how are you not doing something to prevent that from happening? If they couldn't figure out what to do to prevent this whole thing from happening over and over, that means there's a flaw in the system. And I really want to give you that benefit of the doubt that you definitely have some smart people on the team, on your side, to figure out how to handle the situation. It seems like, to me, after all the latest news, it seems like you guys are just doing things on the fly now. What in the industry, what we call this is throwing stuff, I'm not going to say the word shit, on the wall until something sticks. And as an investor, that's not something you want to see, what the project is doing. Alright? Now, a lot of you probably are complaining that why is Degen so negative? Why is Degen complaining all the time? Like, I'm just calling out what I see. Personally, what I think it's not correct, what I think is wrong with the current system. That's what I'm thinking, I don't always say good things about a project. I don't tug bad news under the rug when there's bad things happening. Go back to my videos. I call them out when there's stuff happen and they're not doing it right. I call them out. So don't call this a Black Swan event, because this has happened before. And it's not something that's unforeseen. It's not something that cannot be predicted, because this can be predicted. I'm sorry guys, I am reading the comments here and there, but I will get to you guys later. But this kind of pissed me off right here. Like, stop calling it. Alright, so they're trying to pay. If the DAO voted against, there is no DAO. They already decided they're going to do this. And they're going to use their own fund instead of the treasury. Yeah, apparently BSGG airdrop is probably delayed again. I'm gonna have to wait, or I don't know if I'll ever reset Giant Giraffe on my channel's reps to 0. Yeah, so we'll go into the news later, but yeah, big plug, come into my Discord if you guys wanna. Whoa, there's a big order. If you guys wanna come in here, we listen to all opinions, good or bad. I want opinions from both sides. So come in, frogs, and we'll take you. If you get banned somewhere else, we'll take you. Just be civilized and respect each other. The link is in the description below. Come in and have a talk. Anyway, going back to Sifu's messages. This is not the way I want to wake up, guys. It's not the way I want to wake up. You know what? The only thing keeping me a bit happy is the future for stock market is going really up. It seems like we're making a rebound. Well, the Fed is talking today, so it might affect the market. We might have quite a bit of volatility in the market, the traditional stock market, and it might spill over to crypto. All right, where were we? Here. What's the question? Sir, your intentions is good, but still everyone had good amount of time to pay back the leverage. Even we don't want you to pay back from your own pocket, but knew the risk and they still went ahead. This is a risk for which they signed up for on their own. I agree. If this is the right thing to do, then sir, it is supposed to happen again in the future and nobody will be paying back because they all knew they will be paid back their tokens. That is a great point, sir. I can't say your name, but it's crazy. That is the right point. If you are paying people back for risky behavior, what does that do? This will incentivize people to do more risky things. So do not, this is one of the reasons I'm like, do not reward people for taking crazy risks. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's the same thing that's happening to many cities. I don't want to go into politics, but I'm just saying it's happening to many cities where they arrest people for doing crime and then they let them out like a few hours later because there's no need to be bailed. They just let them out on the street again. And then what do? They commit more crimes again. Like, you are incentivizing them to do crimes because you don't pay for it. And that's what this is. If you pay people for getting involved in risky business, if you pay them for taking risks and getting wrecked, what's to stop them from doing it again? Because they can say, oh, if I messed up, Sifu will just pay me back and help me out. Does not help. Does not help. I don't agree with that. I never disagree with Sifu or Wonderland this much in a single day. I've been trying to tell people to stop leveraging, but it's never going to happen. People will continue to leverage. You always have greedy people. You always have degenerates. Anyway. So he's addressing this FUD, not FUD, but like the tweet about what Danny supposedly taking money out of the system and try to fund himself some way. So Steve was like, why would he swap MIM for ETH before USDT? Sounds like 0.6 fee was not for nothing. Well, I mean, that is one argument, but if you're making millions by siphoning fees, like the fees doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna get a lot of slack on the Discord, Wonderland Discord, and be like, why is Degen so bearish? Why is he spreading FUD? Again, I'm just showing you all the things said, all the things happened, and then provide you my opinion on what happened. Again, good call, dude. This was the same Black Swan event as January 17. You can't reimburse one group of frogs without doing it to the others on January 17 liquidation cascade, because many was well below the backing price, like myself, and lost most of my memo of 100k. So what is going to happen with all those frogs as well? Can you please be fair if you're going to do it and reimburse both parties? So this guy is like, yeah, if you call this a Black Swan, then what's January 17? That's another Black Swan, right? So if you're gonna reimburse people from last night, why don't you reimburse people earlier from that day? This guy apparently lost 100k there. That's a well said statement. So what does Sifu said? This is for those who were liquidated under Danny and I. My liquidation was, as you said a few days earlier. That does not answer that question. That's dodging the question, Sifu. That's dodging the question. You guys seriously need a PR person or some sort of, well, just don't answer this, but think about it and give a good answer later in a blog post or something. This is crazy. That's not the answer to that. And that guy had a good point. What I just said a few minutes ago is creating incentive for people. If you're going to pay people back, why don't you pay back everybody then? Doesn't make sense. What the I don't want to say that word. Sorry, did the string skip out a little bit? Alright. God, my Discord's getting crazy too. Yeah, the world's gonna have big money and they can swing, they can manipulate the price and if they want. They can band together and manipulate the price and just do trades and then just take money from the frogs. Alright, so I'm not happy with that answer. That's completely ignoring or dodging the question. Alright, here's the other one I like to read about it. I haven't read this. Treasury funds are used for rebases. If you use them to repay liquidation, you take money that would be used in future rebases and give them back to the losers who leveraged. So you use money that were meant for rebases to pay leveraged people back in cost future return. From what price and down will be liquidation be refunded? What was the price under you that we're talking about, Sifu and Degen? I manage risk. This should be a good thing, not reason to take money on my rebase and give it back to the leverage, if you agree. I agree. So this is also like what I said earlier. You should not use it. I mean, so anyway, forget about this. They're not going to use treasury money because so many people express disagreement with that. So, you know, that's what I mean. It just anyway. Sifu's gonna use his own fund. So only after people express all of these disagreement, he's gonna use his own fund. He was gonna use the treasury fund, but no, you should use your own fund because you guys screwed up, and you should be punished for it. And that's how we move this forward. It's like, because if you mess up again, you will get punished with more money. That's how it works. It's like when you had a job, if you're like a CEO or something, CFO, and you mess up something big, you should be held accountable. Otherwise, if there's no accountability for your job, then what's to stop you from messing up your job? That is like, it's a simple concept. Alright, what's the question? What about people who had to flash repay at the low price to not get liquidated? That was my case. Lost most of my memo to save myself. If there's reimbursement, I would like to I should have let myself liquidate it then. Yeah, so like people are doing all sorts of things just try to prevent themselves, right? So now how do you cover that? So he says, note, this does not cover those who sold. Note that those liquidated pay the 10% penalty. I don't believe you're on the same position as someone with minimal leverage and 25k liquidation price who now has nothing. Yeah, I mean, cool. If you don't want to cover the people who have tried to save themselves other way. So are you saying that we should just get ourselves liquidated and then instead of saving it? What? No, I'm not saying that. A one-time act of charity should be considered a new SOP. So this paying back is like one-time thing, apparently to him. And yeah, you're saying one time now, like sure, that'll stop the people who are saying that, oh, you're creating incentive for people in the future to leverage. Sure, make this a one-time. Have to. If you're gonna do it, one time only, and with your own money. Don't use the treasury money. You aren't being punished by the act of charity towards others. I would prefer a situation where we could be completely inclusive and eliminate any losses by anyone, but unfortunately that isn't within our power. Of course, we know. Based on the reaction from the Discord, we don't feel that it needs to be pushed to contentious votes. We will be using our own personal funds for this. As I said earlier, they are using their own fund for this. Good. The emojis are out of control in this Wonderland Discord. Guys, by the way, I just woke up and jumped to the computer. I didn't take a shower. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't do any workout. Like, nothing. I didn't do anything. I didn't do none of my morning routines. So I'm just jump on the computer and here I am. So excuse me if I don't feel like my regular self. This is part of investment. It's tough when you sometimes you gotta do things like this. How's my stream, guys? Is this lagging? I got some message from YouTube again about being lagging. Yes, sir. I know. Well aware of it, and I'll go over that as well. How's the article? It's being reviewed. Alright, now here's the announcement. This is the big one. This is the one that pissed everybody off. And this is the proposal. Keep in mind, this is a proposal. It's not a change. It's a proposal. Alright? Now let's go over the thing that pissed off everyone. The thing that's causing this crazy dip. The thing that's dividing the Frog Nation. The thing that's causing your tool to not work during sexy time. It's the thing that caused me to break up with Irene. What else can I blame on this article? It's the cause of the Russian war right now with Ukraine. And it's the cause that our lives are going down. Okay, I'm not gonna go that far, but anyway, you get the idea. This article here, I just saw it. It was posted like 2 hours ago, alright? This is the one that broke the community. I just want to warn you. And if you're like a millennial, well, not a millennial, but like Gen X, Gen Z, whatever. Sorry, whatever. If you're a young guy, young person, and you can't take the hits, or you can't take the news that well, or you're gonna faint. I'm just gonna give you a trigger warning, even though I don't really care about trigger warnings. But here's the trigger warning. This article right here is gonna split a lot of people. Now by split, I mean a 70-30 split. Not exactly a 50-50 split, because from what I read so far, the sentiment about this article is mostly negative. And for good reason. Anyway. Alright, here's the thing. Abracadabra, Wonderland, United Fronts. Now, before you read this, you'll be like, oh, are we doing some sort of project partnership? Are we going to integrate some sort of feature from each into each other? Are we going to take a cut of Abracadabra's fee as a treasury? So, Abracadabra, for those of you who don't know, is the lending platform. This is where people go to leverage. That's where people go in to leverage their W memo or their magic internet money. And this is the one, when you get liquidated, you pay 10% fee. That fee goes to Abracadabra. Think about it. And you know who holds 30% of Abracadabra? That's right, Danny and his team. Danny created Abracadabra, and they have 30% team interest. 30% of all Abra is owned by the team. Now compared to Wonderland, which is 5%, you get team and distribution. Abracadabra has 30%. So when you get liquidated, 10% goes to Abra, and that 10% gets distributed to all the holders of spell token, or S-spell, staked spell. And by the way, the spell token is on centralized exchanges like Coinbase or Binance. Alright? Anyway, that's all you need to know about Abra if you don't know what that is. And Wonderland, of course, we know what Wonderland is. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's read straight directly from the source. Frog Nation is a collective project which work together to push DeFi and the overall crypto industry forward. Currently consisting of Abra, POP5. I keep saying POP5 because I'm thinking about popular science. Anyway, POP5, Wonderland, and most recently Sushi. These are the 4 major projects that Danny and his team are invested in. Wonderland, Abra. Alright, actually before we go further, I want to hear some sentiments from the chat. Alright, if you guys think the people who got liquidated should not get paid for their irresponsible leveraging, type 1. If you think people should be paid back for their leveraging, they should. If they think they should, type 2 in the chat. I want to see what you guys think. So type 1 if they should not be paid back. Type 2 if they should be paid back. Lots of 1s so far. So we all know if you type 2, you're probably one of those leverage person. Alright. So I'm glad you guys agree with me. It's so yeah, 1s. Lots of 1s. Like that's alright, I got the idea. Thank you guys. Like you guys know what I'm saying. You guys know about responsibility. This is like part of being an adult, being a human being. You take responsibilities for your actions. Now, if you leverage and you don't know why you're leveraging and you don't even know what leverage is because you see that you can make 1,000,000% when you leverage, then that's your fault if you don't read up. In fact, in all my videos before that, I kept saying do not leverage. And what does people do? They still leverage. Sorry guys, I'm still kind of pissed off about this, like the subject of taking responsibilities for your own action. This is the thing that pisses me off. Like nothing else pisses me off but this. Because you shouldn't reward people for doing bad things. If you reward people doing bad things, they're just gonna do more of it. Like, look, you guys saw the video. I'm gonna go on the deep end on this. I'm sorry guys. You guys saw my video where I broke up my girl. I was crying on stream, all that stuff. Do I blame anyone? No, I blame myself. I look back at it. I did some actions that were questionable. I blame myself. I took responsibility like a man. So all the ladies in there, no offense. If you're a lady, take the responsibility as a woman. Like, take responsibility because that's how life goes. That's how you learn in life. You gotta take the pain in life to move forward. If you have no consequence from your actions, then what's to stop you from you will never grow up. I can promise you that. You will always be seeking others for help. You will always be blaming others for all your own mess ups if you don't take responsibility. Alright, that's what I want to say. So I'm glad you guys agree with me in chat that people should not be paid back, even though it's messed up, even though Wonderland messed up. But when you leverage, you should know all the risks involved. Same thing as when you invest in something, in any shitcoin, any projects like this. Am I blaming anyone? I'm not blaming anyone. Of course it's my fault if I go into a project and then they took a whole new direction and they did something wrong along the way. That it is part of the risk when you put something in there. Next time when you invest, it's so funny, the word invest, it's now on the same level as people who just YOLO in or whatever. That's gambling. There's investment and then there's gambling. Investment is when you do all your DD about the risk profile of this assets. And then when you're sure about the projects, you go in. That's investments. But when you're YOLOing, when you're Degen into something, that's not investment. That's gambling. You go in there without knowing what you are getting yourself into, trying to make a 200% return in a day. That's gambling. Go to Vegas. Put it on black. Whatever. Go to my Discord and bet. I don't know. This is gambling. All right? I'm gonna go to my Discord. Let me do go to the rep casino. All right. So how many reps I have? I have 3.9 million reps. So I'm gonna bet 1,000,000 reps on red. Like, if you want to gamble, come to this room and gamble here. And I was wrong. I just lost 1,000,000 reps. This is gambling. Alright? If you want to gamble, do this. So this is, I don't know. That's my thought, guys. That was my rants. Anyway, take a break. It's pretty early. I don't think my brain is working 100% capacity because I've been up for like 4 hours, and I gotta go to work in like an hour and a half. So the stream will end in an hour and a half when I go to work. But anyway, that was my rants. I have a feeling somebody's gonna clip that rant and put it somewhere on YouTube and be like, Degen losing his mind. Degen's lesson on life about taking responsibilities. I mean, that would be a good Degen talk video, so I'm probably gonna clip it. Alright, okay, so that was the news, right? They're like, oh, Wonderland, Frog Nation has a set of projects called Abra, Pot-Fi, Wonderland, and Sushi. Alright, Wonderland and Abra. So they're doing this handshake symbol right here. So what is this about? Wonderland is consistently using Abra Cauldron to build strategies, which are used by Abra's Degen box. Both projects have interconnections from Cauldron usage, liquidity provision, incentive voting on Curve to boost MIM liquidity, to building unique Degen box strategies around yield farm, which Wonderland discovers and amplify by using Abra's CDP, collateral position. So when analyzing Abra's and Wonderland's strengths and weaknesses, it becomes clear that their partnership significantly increases both protocols' ability to perform. The Abra and Wonderland team sees considerable synergy in merging the two protocols together. This is the big one. They should bold this. They should make this. God, how do I change this? What the hell? Oh god, that's ugly. No, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, actually they should just color it. Alright, this is what you need to know. They're gonna merge Abra and Wonderland together. The following proposal is looking to showcase what such a merger looked like and the benefit of uniting both protocols. Here's a proposal. Abra has proven to be a pillar of cross-chain DeFi, with its isolated lending platform markets built on leverage function. It has completely revolutionized the DeFi landscape. MIN adoption, TVL, and fees produced by the protocol have been increasing steadily, and together with it, the efforts of bringing truly decentralized cross-chain stablecoin. Here's a chart of Abra's TVL since inception. So apparently the TVL has been going up ever since. That's nice. And then here's how much Abra is making a week since inception. I can't really read that, but like at least $1 million a week. So Abra is making a ton of money just on the fees, on liquidation fees, on borrowing fee. MIM has swiftly become the go-to decentralized stablecoin with more than 75,000 unique holding addresses across 4 different chains: Phantom, Avalanche, Arbitrum, and Ethereum. The deep liquidity pools are currently maintained through the spell emission schedule. Reducing the maintenance costs to grow liquidity through token emission has been a major focus for the pool. So their goal on spell right now is to reduce the emission for spell, because spell is an inflationary token, and there's a reason that it keeps going down over time. It's because let's go to CoinMarketCap. If you look at spell token, spell token is an inflationary token, so there will always be new spells minted, and that will cause people. There will always be people constantly selling it because they make the money and they want to cover their investments. So spell token, looking at charts, seem quite volatile, very volatile too. Anyway, we're sort of at the support right here when this news is announced. Actually, it's going down since the news announced. Anyway, so here's the. Alright, so they've been making a lot of fees every month, every week, millions in fees. So Wonderland launched on blah, 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 blah. So we grew $1 million in treasury with more than this many users. This expansion turned Wonderland into the biggest DAO in this space. Right. Active treasury management created unique high-yield strategies and token swaps which consistently outperformed the market, including any competitors. Sure, the treasury is making money. Building a large community to unique minting mechanism ideally positioned the DAO to obtain early-stage token investment into betting platform and NFT game. All right, so yeah, we have investments into those early-stage startups. All right, here's the synergies between these two products. In a recent attempt to push the boundaries of stablecoin farming further, Wonderland's expertise in yield farming and Abra's innovative lending architecture allow both projects to craft a superior product which outperform competitors and push the ability of yield farming across chains, showcasing the effect of cooperation between two projects within the Frog Nation. Yes. Wonderland and Abra have the same governance framework. We allowed both communities to voice their opinion and release new improvements and update the protocol. Even though the two protocols work under the Frog Nation banner, a lot of bureaucratic steps slow down this collaborative process. Alright, so what are they saying? They're saying that when you push decisions, when you push changes to voting process, you are slowing down the collaboration process. Kind of disagree here because you need people to think about your moves. You don't want to make moves so fast without going through people. Unifying the two frameworks by merging both protocols will significantly increase the efficacy of governance, improving the protocol overall and finalize the consolidation of Frog ecosystem partners. Okay, here's what they want to do. By combining Abra's lending infrastructure with Wonderland's well-diversified treasury and yield-producing strategies, incredible performance efficiencies can be achieved. The treasury will allow for expansion into early-stage token investment to VC, like capital deployment into new projects. The treasury will have direct access to cauldrons and can deploy strategies from within. So there will still be a treasury from Wonderland. Wonderland's strength lies in creating unique yield strategies which use Abra's cauldrons to maximize performance. With this merger, these strategies can be developed and deployed in-house, making them faster, more efficient, and taking a bigger market share across the entire sector. So what they want to see is they want to move the treasury of Wonderland into Spell, into Abra, and then have a single DAO voting process. So what they're arguing for is they can make faster decisions and they can create special cauldrons within Abra faster that way. Thank you guys for your support, for your donations, by the way. So I didn't catch the other person's donation earlier. Thank you, Ramon Zapata. Thank you. Thank you, Edward, $2. Thank you. All right. The unification of Abra and Wonderland will create the most powerful DeFi entity in the industry. The merger will bring Wonderland's large treasury worth of $800 million in token over to Abra, including making use of Wonderland's valuable strategy of protocol-owned liquidity, completing its goal of becoming self-sufficient and zero-emission pool by eradicating the need to incentivize liquidity. So this is the biggest thing. You should look at this right here. This is a big part. 15. No, let's make it big. This is big. So weight, bold, color, tomato. All right, you need to read this part. This is the part you need to read. Let me read it again. This merger will bring Wonderland's larger treasury of $800 million in tokens over to Abra, including making use of Wonderland, completing its goal of becoming self-sufficient and zero-emission protocol by eradicating the need to incentivize liquidity. What they're saying is, by moving this over to Wonderland, they will no longer have the need to look for liquidity. They no longer need to look for new money. I think that's what it means. Now, are they talking about Abra or Wonderland? And they want to eliminate emission. So zero emission, that means no new tokens can be minted. Is that to Spell token or is that to Wonderland? And if they're merging, okay, here's the thing. The merged Wonderland community and token holders will benefit from holding the Spell token, which will, in addition to receive their reward for Cauldron fees, will start receiving revenue share from the treasury, which boosts the APY on S-Spell. So they're saying we are gonna be Spell tokens instead. This merger will essentially increase the treasury ability to obtain Leo through directly working with Cauldron to push strategies to Degen box. Overall, combining the protocol will turn Spell, and specifically Stake Spell, into a governance token which controls Cauldron's MIM replacement, 800 million treasury, and receive revenue share from yield producing assets. This ability to deploy Cauldrons with new strategies and costing assets, blah, blah, blah. Alright. The proposal is up there. There's a governance proposal on Abra. Danny will be hosting an AMA on his Twitter space at 12 p.m. Eastern. That's about 3 hours from now. 1700 UTC. To give detail on how he envisioned the merger of Wonderland with Abra and the potential of uniting both protocols under one token. That's it. There you go. It's gonna WMemo is gonna be gone. Time's gonna be gone. Memo's gonna be gone, and you will turn all of that into Spell token. And what this does is that we will bring the treasury and all of this liquidity under treasury control over to Abra. So investors will make money from Abra's fees that they make every week, and investors will make money from the yield producing assets from the $800 million treasury. In return, Spell token will no longer be inflationary. There'll be a set number of Spell tokens. I think that's what it means. So emission free is their goal. Alright, it's a lot to take in. I want to hear from you guys right now. Press 1 if you are supporting this proposal, and press 2 if you are not supporting this proposal. And here's the thing with Spell. If we merge into Spell, we are diluting ourselves. Because for us long-term holders, we are getting wrecked. Like people who already have Spell, they're gonna get all of this benefit for free. Compared to us, where we have WMemo since the start and we were counting on all of this rebates and stuff, it's gonna be gone. Like we're gonna be in Spell only. We still get the revenue share. And I don't know what the hell gonna happen to revenue share. Like we were supposed to be able to claim all of that. Like now we're going to Spell. This is the thing. That's why this thing broke the community, guys. This thing broke the community. Alright, let's see what you guys think. Wait, what did I say? I said 1 is to... I forgot what I asked. 1 is support and 2 is disagree? I forgot. Sorry, new vote, guys. New vote. Okay. 1 if you support this proposal. 2 if you don't support this proposal. Alright, I think that's what I said. 1 is you support the proposal, and 2 is you don't support the proposal. This is how you know my brain is not working right now. Alright, 1, let's see. So we got a lot of 2s, it looks like. A lot of 2s. We got some 1s. Yeah. So it looks like majority of you guys are disagreeing with this move. This is why I said this broke the community, because so many people are not sure about this move. Not sure if it's good. Anyway, all right. That is the news. That's the big news of the day. It broke the community. It broke a lot of. So it actually created more divisiveness compared to unification. And here's the proposal on the site. You can go in there and vote. There's a lot of people just blindly follow. George, thanks for the 1.79 euro donation. Says, should we buy Spell now? Sir, I had no idea. I'm confused AF. It's just nuts. Like, I personally, what I think, I don't like this proposal. We are diluting ourselves, because so here's the thing. What Sifu said was that with the merger, you will get the same number of Spell tokens. So you would trade in your W memo for Spell tokens, and the price at which you will trade in the W memo at is about $40,000. Even though we're trading at 28K, it really depends on how much the money is in the treasury. So if they spend even more money to buy it back, like, it's gonna lower our costs. So they're saying it's about 40,000 right now. So will be at a premium than the current price. It'll be about 40,000 when we buy it, when we trade it for Spell token. But keep in mind, Spell token already has a ton of owners. So you are pretty much coming in and you are getting diluted shares. Let's see. Let's look at all these messages. Degen, are you going to ask any question in your AMA? Unfortunately, I cannot, because I have a day job. Someone tag me. Oh my, there's so many people. What's going on? You guys tagging me all the time. Yeah, here it is. Thanks, Crypto Condom. In exchange for their 589 Wonderland treasury, we have 589 left. 89 billion Spell token will be minted to buy. At the current price, this will represent. It is a premium, but here's what Sifu said about that. Let's continue to read. So you will receive Spell on Avalanche Chain, which you can sell on Sushi, Binance, Coinbase, FTX, all over. Why he does not fire you seems clear to wow, this guy is really mad. Why he does not fire you since everyone to clear you are not able to. He says, who? Only DAO can fire me, and they haven't voted to do so. But I don't want to sell. What about my staking and long-term hold? This eliminates my possibility of being a long-term fraud. I lost 25K since November. So that is gone forever. With the merge happening, this was not because. So he's like, yeah, you should just hold S-Spell, stake Spell. That's the thing I want to know. Is it really removing all emission? If they are removing all emission, then I'm kind of okay with holding S-Spell. The problem is if it's continued to inflationary, then there's no point of holding something like that. So this was Sifu's idea, and he believes it's in everyone's best interest. Spell offers revenue share. You will receive it as part of the package deal next week. I don't know what that's mean. So people are wondering when revenue share. Apparently Spell gives you revenue share in some way. I don't hold Spell. I don't know how it works, but that's from what I saw. It looks like an inflationary token. You can bridge Spell to any chain, swap contract to be Avalanche, and we are Avalanche native. Most of our liquidity is housed there. All W memo will be converted to Spell. So yes, you will receive revenue share. no longer actively claiming your revenue share. This is just crazy. We will remain as a DAO fund. You see other emojis of people just attacking Sifu. I mean, I personally, I don't condone, I don't encourage attacking people, but please do not be respectful, even though it's crazy times. Revenue share will begin next week if this passes. What does this mean? Like, do you want people to vote pass on this so we can do revenue share? That's sounds like not much of a choice if you want revenue share. If you want, I hope. What is he saying? Sorry. Sifu, you know how this looks? This looks like a way to delay revenue share. It looks like a delay. Well, he's saying revenue share will begin next week if this passed. Sounds like he's telling you to vote for it to pass. That's crazy. What the hell? So people were like, we should stop leveraging, and here it is. The CDB has been deprecated. So there's to confirm. Cannot use WMemo to do leveraging anymore. You can claim your revenue share on Avalanche. No need to use Ether. Trust the process. You can stake on Avalanche by swapping your spell to S spell on SushiSwap. So should we sell now and swap? The price is going to be falling. I'm still working on the exact DAO percent due to buyback and plan to burn, but it looks like this merger will value WMemo at $40,000. So they are paying a premium. That's from an hour ago. They are paying a premium. The number of spell that you receive, if this passes, will be about $40,000 WMemo price. So they're paying almost 30% premium for this merger, according to Sifu. Though I'm not sure how much people can trust people now with all of this stuff going on. How long do you suppose it would take to undergo the merger fully and successfully? Is it an issue of days, months, or weeks? Well, apparently it can be done in days. Could be complete by Monday if people want to vote for it. Why would they sell WMemo for spell when the ratio is currently in our favor? The contract will execute at a flat price. Nobody is left holding a bag. Yeah, so yeah, there's no reason for sell WMemo to go to spell right now because there's a premium built into this merger. So you can basically sell your WMemo for spell at $40,000 each, according to Sifu. So why would you sell it now for $27,000, right? It doesn't make sense. Alright, what's the question? Does that mean the current holder of spell that did not contribute to Wonderland Treasury can also receive the revenue share? That's a good question. They earn a substantial revenue share on their own. Both would merge and be paid between all token holders while we develop strategies which take advantage of our combined strand. Again, this is another PR answer. He's talking about something else while the person is asking for something else. The person is asking, if you already hold spell token with this merger, they get all the benefits that we fought so hard for, that we were holding so long for. They get all of that for free because they weren't even in Wonderland and they didn't have much losses because they were in spell already. So that will put us into the system too and get the same benefits. It's like, yeah, like we get, if they want to do this, they better pay a high premium for this immersion. Like, I don't want 40K only, because for this, if they want to really reverse it, I would change the proposal to give us at least 100K in WMemo price. Gotta be 100K if you want to make it fair for people from Wonderland. Otherwise, you're screwing over Wonderland people. That's what I think. And I know, well, thanks, Kami. Another $5. Thank you. This helps. More noodles. All right. Now here's the thing. I know you guys are asking a lot. I know you guys been watching all of this. What does it say? Do you receive any payment from Treasury for talking about Taiwan? Dude, I don't get paid. I wish I get paid. And no, I don't. I am not. As you can see, I'm talking crap. I'm talking smack about this project right now. I don't do it one way. I do it all the way. I talk about anything good or bad about the projects. I never tell people to buy or sell. I'll only tell people about what's going on and what I think is going on. I'm not a mouthpiece. I don't get paid for that. If they want to pay me, they better be paying a lot of money. And my stipulation is I can still talk crap about them if I want to, even if they pay me. Okay, so here's the thing. So speaking about this 100 kW memo, there's a thing going on right now. People on the Discord, on the forum. Let's go to the proposal. I bet I can find it if I go there. Let's go to the forum. Alright, there. This is the big one. Proposal, reject merger, reimburse them. This is the big one. I know you guys are all talking about this, so I'm definitely gonna talk about it now. This is the one where we have a new proposal. They want to reject the merger of Abra and Wonderland. Instead, we use all liquid treasury fund to reimburse current holders of W memo and time. There you go. What does that mean? So I know I ranted about making your decisions, taking responsibility. Well, here's the thing. This is a proposal for Wonderland to shut off completely, close the door, and return and distribute the fund to all W memo holders who lost money since November or October. Because this is not what we signed up for. We don't like the direction of where this is going, and we want the project to return what's left in the treasury to each user and then shut its door. Basically admitting the project was a failure. And I mean that's pretty big of an ask. Snapshot of reimbursed product to taking an all-time low price of W memo after overnight cascading. Yeah, I don't know about that price, but I would love it if they can reimburse people at 100k W memo. But the treasury doesn't have that amount of money. They won't be able to pay everyone back. So one way they can pay it back is to use the treasury to buy up all the W memo and just pump the price to 100k each, and then people can exit. And then all the fund would have is W memos, essentially useless. Believe it or not, that's where we were going. What do you think the buyback is happening? The buyback is using the treasury money to buy it back. So day by day, the more buyback they do, the more W memo they hold in the treasury. And when you do buyback, you have to sustain the price. If you don't sustain the price, that money is just gonna be wasted. Thank you, Kenneth, for the $10. What is SGD? I don't know what that money is. Singapore. Oh, okay. Hello, Singapore. All right, 10 Singaporean dollars. I don't know how much that is in US dollars, but thank you. So that is the proposal. It's to shut the door, pay people back, and get it over with. A lot of us would take the loss. Most of us would probably take the loss, and they won't be able to. They won't be able to pay everyone back at the all-time high price. That's impossible. So that's one proposal. Feel free to go in there, guys. You all have the power to go in there. And here's another proposal. Proposal for Wonderland to repay the initial investments of all members and close the projects. Alright everyone, as things are getting worse, it can definitely be seen that founders Sifu and Daniel don't have much control over Wonderland project anymore. No roadmap, no specific goals and deadlines. Switching from one token to another, merging, unmerging. Therefore, I suggest the idea of repaying everyone their initial investment and close the project. The treasury right now makes 1 million per day. So with this money, everyone can be repaid in 12 months period. Let's vote. I don't know. No, I don't think this number works out. 1 million a day, 12 months, 365 million. That's still not enough. Yeah. So I'm not a fan of bailouts. But that is a proposal right now on the floor. Whoa, Tikal, thank you for $50 donation. This will last me a couple of weeks of instant noodles. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So those are the two big proposals right now. And like, I don't even know what to think anymore. This is just so much changes, right? Like just a few days ago, here's the thing, 2 days ago, I think. Where is this? 2 days ago, they posted the fundamentals. This is the fundamentals. So we were at phase 4, eliminating dilution. Now what is fee sharing? Is this what they were planning? Introducing the revenue stream to the staking contract? Multi-chain, growing composability and presence in native token across new chains. What is this phase 5? I'm like, I don't even, it seems to me like they're just jumping all over the place. They were on this path. They were doing pretty well. We were at phase 4, the elimination of dilution. But then you go to phase 5, like where's phase 5? Is Abra the phase 5? I don't know if that makes sense. Sure, you got fee sharing. Does that mean, was that always part of the plan? Well, here's the thing. You go to Daniel's. Alright, let's look at Daniel's Twitter. So apparently he unlocked himself. He locked himself because there were so many people harassing him probably. Anyway, let's look at what he said since. Yeah. His first message after unlock is WTF. So you got a founder who's panicking. We have limit orders. I'm looking into what happened while I was sleeping and fixing the situation. No panic. So he just woke up and he saw, I think he was down 10 million. Taking a look who got liquidated after me. I'll take the loss, but want to make sure nobody else does. We are one family. So again, he's saying here that he's going to pay back people who got liquidated after him. Why after him though? If you're going to pay people for their mistakes, you should pay all of us back then, if that's your plan. Thanks George for another €10 donation. Therapy expense. I wish I could charge you guys for that, but no, I'm not gonna charge you guys anything. This is therapy for me too. It goes both ways. So I'm grateful that all of you are here. Grateful that you guys are tuning in this early in the morning. I literally been up since 5 a.m. guys, like 4 hours, no breakfast, no routine, no shower. I'm like, my brain is a bit fried even though I just woke up. But you know, nothing kept me going like drama like this. This is the drama. It's like you binge watch Trainwreck. Oh, not Trainwreck. You binge watch a Netflix show and you just couldn't sleep. You're like, I gotta go to the next episode. Except in this case, the next episode happens when you're sleeping. And when you wake up, you got so much material, you just couldn't even go back to sleep. You just have to look at what's happening. Alright, so it's pretty obvious, by the way, that I am getting targeted by groups that knew we were going to buy back and start liquidation hunting, plus FUD to gain access to a free arbitrage against our buyback. We'll reset what happened, but I'm very angry and frustrated by this type of attacks. So that's exactly what I said last night. So if you look at my tweets last night, whoa, a lot of messages. This is what happens when you're a YouTuber. You get, I mean, I've never been so popular in my life, so, but it's a lot of work. So here's the tweets from last night. As I said on my stream, the current system doesn't work when Sifu is the only person doing the buying. Limit order or not. Whales can take advantage of this by tanking the price with massive sells, triggering liquidation, buy at the bottom, and wait for Sifu to wake up and buy back for easy profit. This is what I've been saying last night. I tweeted this before Danny. I said this on my stream last night. That's what's happening. And Daniel seems to think this is what's happening too. They're getting targeted. It's very easy to target people when you have a certain price that you can, when you do certain things at a certain time. If you tell people what you're going to do ahead of time, they're going to take advantage of this and they're going to attack you for it. Guaranteed. So it is on them to not see this coming, even though a small brain frog like me saw it coming. So that's another reason not to idolize anyone on the internet, including myself, because we're all humans, we all made mistakes, and we all messed up. This is not the first time that Danny messed up on his projects. Possible Finance got hacked before, and he paid everyone back with his own money. So now he's going to pay people back with his own money again for people who got liquidated before him. So he's saying account is not private anymore, so you can post all your bad comments directly to me instead of the FUD in the community. I mean, sure, respectable. In the meantime, working on re-establishing everything to normal. I have repaid one time, will not miss this one. I feel responsible for the ones who invested in me. Like it or not, I still like Danny as a person. You know, he does come across as someone genuine who did what he said, even though he's down 10 million today. You know, imagine you wake up and you're down $10 million. It's not a good thing. It happens to everyone. So I feel that. I feel him. Anyway, he retweeted the Wonderland thing we just went over. So this is a little background about this announcement. We have been working on this proposal for a while, as buybacks are not working as well as we would love to. Here's the admission, founder, that the buyback is not working as well as they would like to. The Treasury can still earn passive income together with the earnings of Abra, and WMemo holders can get to the upsell of Spell becoming the #1 protocol in DeFi. So this is what he's saying is they've been working on this for a while to combine Abra and WMemo together so they can all get the benefits of both. That's what that proposal is. That's what he thinks is on his mind. But he doesn't see the people who were invested in this for a long time, who were the original WMemo or time holders who got in November at all-time high. We are getting screwed because we are now, if we combine with Spell, we get diluted. Where's our rebase? All the Spell holders from before, they all get the benefit for free, while we, who were in it for a long time, who were down 80, 90, 95%, we don't get all of that benefit anymore. I mean, we don't get all of our rebases, we don't get revenue share. Instead, we will get part of our share of the revenue share from people who have Spell token. Spell token holder get our revenue share as well. That means we get less. This is a delusion. And that's why I'm against that proposal. Again, think for yourself, guys. Don't let me influence you. You guys do your own decision. Bad timing, to be honest, for this, but we can't push back the proposal because I've been wrecked. This is a matter between me and people who got liquidated under me, and I will deal with it personally. All right, we know you will refund them or something, but what does you being wrecked have to do with this proposal and this timing? When you're founder, you don't see the CEO being like, yo, the stock is down. I'm personally down $10 million on the stock price. And because of that, I'm going to do this right now. Like, you cannot, I know you make fun of suits and stuff, right? They have governance. They have corporate governance. They have corporate structure. They have corporate rules. You cannot bring in your own personal feelings into your decisions. You cannot bring in your personal finance into the decision of the company. You understand? That's not how you run a company. That's my criticism. You know, it's he's probably in a bad emotional state, probably. You know, maybe he didn't mean to write all of this, but Yeah, there you go. This person said the same thing. What does your personal finance have to do with the timing of a governance proposal? Some people collide both things together. Unfortunately, being the public figure about the founder of this project carries much responsibility. Being a builder in this business is hard for this reason. Financial attacks, personal safety attacks, flood attacks, social attacks. I understand that you are a figurehead in this project, but you should, sure, your personal finance is important, but like, why propose? I think this timing is horrible. This is a horrible timing. We're nothing but down right here. Like, this is horrible timing to announce this in the middle of this shit show. I gotta say, I'm calling it right here. And then you get people be like, oh, they're stepping up. I'm like, yeah, they're stepping up. They have to. You promised something, and then people got wrecked, and then you're paying them back. So it's like, okay, here's the thing. I can't see it from their standpoint, is that they're not going to make everybody happy no matter what they do. You're always going to have someone disagreeing with everything they do on either side, including myself. I don't agree 100% with it, but then at the same time, I do see why they don't want to do it. I went a couple of hours offshore to wind down. Now I'm back, and if you think I'm not going to fight to maintain the roadmap and deliver the best shit in DeFi, you are completely wrong. You can take away some of my money, but you can't take away my passion for building. He just tweeted this like a minute ago. So you guys will need to tune in about 3 hours. Less than 3 hours. Then he's gonna go AMA on his Twitter, and I don't know if I can take a break from my day job, but if I'm able to, I will record it for you guys and upload it. But yeah, that's the craziness. So that's about covered all that stuff that's happened and what's currently happened. I mean, things are still developing at the moment while we're doing this video. So there's a lot of stuff happening. All right. Live streaming is not easy, guys. This is like my fourth session, and it takes a lot of work. Thank you guys, all of you who donated for the super chat. Thank you. I also have a Patreon if you guys want to support me. I have a Patreon down there. There's a lot of messages, even in my channel, so it's crazy. I want to read some of the comments now, so before we do that, looks like the stock market is going up. At least we have something to look forward to. But this could all go back to zero if the Fed is hawkish in the States, and that could affect crypto for sure. All right, a lot of comments. Where do I start? Okay, I've answered that question. Do we still get rebases after we transition to spell? Nope, I don't think so. You will get S spell, which is the staked spell, and that will give you revenue share. And eventually the price of each stake spell will increase. Stake spell is similar to WMemo, I guess, if you look at it that way. Except that with this proposal, you will now do stake spell will be both. You will get the fees from Abracadabra, and you get the fees from, you get the revenue from Abracadabra, and then you also get the revenue from Wonderland treasury liquidity pool. Now here's the thing, like the only reason I'm not happy with the proposal, with the merger, is the dilution of the current holders. Now if they do something like give us a higher reversal merge price, so if you do hold WMemo, they can buy it off you for spell at a much higher price. I don't want 40K, I want 100K. Give us $100,000 worth of WMemo for each. I'll be happy. I'll totally vote for the proposal if that's the case. I don't want 40,000 because this is just like, you're not gonna account for the dilution that when we merge into Spell that we lose when we do that. It's the reason they give us a premium right now for 40,000 if they're gonna merge, to account for the dilution. So give us 100,000. You gotta pay us for all of that. Otherwise, I'm not gonna vote for it. The question is when airdrop. Well, now with this development, I don't even know. Degen will be flipping burgers during the AMA. Yeah, that's probably it. I won't be able to make it to the AMA. That sucks. But if I'm able to take a break, be like, oh, yo, boss, I'm kind of sick. I'll probably go to the bathroom or something and listen to the AMA and press record for you guys. That's how dedicated I am to you guys. Like, that's my dedication, guys. How do you vote? Well, the proposal has not been to the whole process yet. It's only the initial proposal phase. You'll need to go through multiple phases, and then it will be created as a proposal on snapshot. Then you can vote with your W memo. I mean, at this time we can look at the spell token if you want. I mean, that token itself is not doing that well. Oh, we do see some upside now. Maybe from the news. So here's the thing, like, if you want to buy spell token because of this news, you can. But if you hold W memo, you can pretty much get a nice discount, 50% on spell token, based on what's the projected trade-off price. So I wouldn't buy it now if you don't. If you already have W memo, you will get spell token if this proposal goes through. Bruh, spell price is gonna dump, everyone's gonna go sell. So here's something I'm not sure about. So if you do get spell token and they eliminate emissions, that means there won't be new spell tokens minted. And that means you will continue to collect the liquidation fees from Abra. And you will collect the revenue share from W memo, from Wonderland's treasury. It's like a combination of both companies. Like, I do see the upside of that. I definitely see it. I like it. The problem is you gotta give existing holders of W memo a fair price. Like, let us trade our W memo not for this price of spell token. Let us trade for 0.0010. I'll be fine with that. That's the only thing I'm opposed to. Otherwise, I'm okay with this change. Does anyone know if like Discord is like talking crap about me, being bearish, or calling Wonderland out for all the bad things that I don't agree with? Let me know. Hey Degen, where are we going after we drop Wonderland? I don't know, if you're out, just make this a lesson or something. I still have it. I'm still in. With all the burger money that I have left in there. That $50 up there, donation, looks very attractive right now. Yes, you finally stopped simping with Sifu. Dude, I was never simping Sifu. I called him out all the time. I'm just compiling the threads for you guys. There's a difference between simping and there's a difference between providing information to everyone. It sucks when things are bad. It sucks when they are wrong, but I called them out when they're wrong. No, Danny did not pull the rug. There is no rug right now. There's just heavy sell pressure by the whales. So what's interesting is that I like to see what's going to happen with them taking out the cauldron, so whales cannot leverage. But still, this is not looking good. The reverse McDonald's. I want to see the reverse McDonald's. Yeah, what's really good is you guys are from all over the world, so this is really fun talking to you guys. So appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, thank you, Nicola. Yes, the AMA is on Twitter Spaces. Is it true? Wonderland website is almost gone? I don't know. Just don't spread FUD, guys. They were always lying. Those documents were always misleading and fake. They took out money in treasury to buy other coins last month. There's proof of that, sure. No dashboards anymore on the Wonderland website? Are you talking for real? Did they break the site? Here's how you combat FUD or news. You take a look yourself. No, the dashboard is still here. So, sir, you are spreading fake news. Always confirm with whatever people say. Danny got liquidated last night. The only way to be fair for everyone is to reimburse and close the door. I mean, that's one of the proposals. Yeah, the treasury balance is down to 700 mil. Yeah, so Danny's like a very vocal person on Twitter, so he probably did piss off some people and they're attacking him. Whale can band together and attack people very easily if they got the money. Well, the stock market is about to open in 4 minutes. I guess we will turn into a stock stream in a few seconds. Well, not really, but let's look at the market and stuff. We can look at Bitcoin and stuff and see how they go. But whoa, so other coins are kind of pumping right now. So my Harmony token's doing well, 20 cents. Though it got a drop of like from 35 all the way to 20. That was brutal. Then my Jule's doing okay. It's back to 8 point. For those who were like, when Jule? I missed out on the Jule pump. So last time when I got in was like 860, 850. It went all the way to 22. So I tripled my return and then I didn't sell and now I'm back down to where I was. So it's rough. Yeah, I'm not a fan of banning people for speaking up. So yeah, they can take away my FUD fighter status if they want. I'm just trying to speak the truth that I think is the truth and then try to get the word out about what's happening by providing evidence and then let people think about that and make their own decisions. That's what I want to do. Yeah, here's the thing, like, oh, okay, I think there's a language barrier. What Danny meant to say is that the proposal can't be delayed just because he got wrecked. He's getting wrecked is personal for him. Yeah, I think maybe that's why, you know, I don't want to think that Danny is talking about this. So yeah, I think you're right. So I like to think you're right. That's what he meant. Whoa, so many messages. Sorry guys, I'm gonna try to get through all of this. Buy Lambo, yeah, probably. So there's a lot. So you see why there's a lot of bearish sentiment around the founder, the project, and everything. All right, so we got a minute until the market opens, the stock market opens. We'll watch it at the same time, I guess. I like to copy Matt course when the market opens. You'll see. Shout out. He's one of my favorite streamers. Talk about stocks. Dude, it's Lex Luthor. I've gone from $1,000 to $120 WML. Ouch. Please make live stream in toilet. Yes, I can make a live stream of the AMA in the McDonald's toilet. But I'm just gonna say I have a terrible diarrhea. Alright, ding ding ding, the casino is open. The casino is open. I borrowed this from Matt Course. Oh, right there, the casino is open, gentlemen. So this is a live stream chat from Wall Street Bets. For those of you who don't know, this is tradeiv.com. You just sign in with your Google account. You can make your own watch list. Here, you can see what's trending. We got a lot of greens today. Market's still pretty crazy, pretty bad, but like a lot of greens today. Looks like today's a big day because it's when the Fed is talking today. And a lot of Tesla talk, GME, Apple, Snow, AMD. I actually bought some AMD yesterday, so this looks like a good play so far. Nice. Apple's good, Microsoft good, Amazon 2,900. What a deal. So one of the other things I'll just look at Shopify. I wanted to get in Shopify when it was like 9 something. So it is still 9 something, but like it's up $55 alone today. So looks like the tech market is bounced back. So we'll see. The most important thing we should look at is QQQ, which is the index. As you can see, I was doing stocks for so long, so I have a lot of experience in stocks. And yeah, okay, great. Let's keep that open while we talk about this crypto. I sold at 78% loss. I'm finally able to sleep tonight. Yeah, like sometimes if you are getting to the point where it's taking too much of your mind on it and you cannot sleep, then just sell it for a loss. You know, if that's affecting you, you're probably over invested. About 50% of SPEL is not being emitted yet. If SPEL market cap is held the same at 100% emission, SPEL price should be halved. So if they buy over a W memo to remove all emission, they should pay 2x. Yep, so that's one of the reasons why they are paying 40K for each W memo to conversion to SPEL. I wish they can pay more. That's my own thing. I want them to pay 5x more just to help the frogs out. So people are asking, why don't they continue to buy to support the floor price? It's clearly not working and getting attacked by whales. So why continue to feed the whales? That's the reason. Whale here, Stefano. Well, I need you to prove it. If you're a whale, I need you to prove it by donating $1,000 to the super chat. If you can't do it, then you're not a whale, sir. This is like 4D chess play to get people to donate. Yeah, I gotta go to work in like half an hour. I probably need to end the stream soon so I can take a shower and stuff. Eat breakfast on my way. Hi, what do you think about this idea? Why not use the liquidity to pay back all the holders except for the whales? I mean, you don't know who are the good whales, right? What are the bad whales, right? Like, it's really hard to figure all of that stuff out via the blockchain because you have to write software to figure all of that stuff out and do it correctly. So it's not easy. It'll take a long time to do. Would you still continue investing in Wonderland? Well, I'm not gonna have new money in there. I already invested too much. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to be Danny or Sifu right now. They are getting a lot of hates right now. No, we don't have 833 million now. We have 700 million. When am I making my own projects? What is it? When am I making my own projects? Degen DAO? That's always been an idea. I don't even know what it would do though. It's like Degen DAO where, yeah, just pool all the money together and we'll just put it all in stable pools. And then we have monthly investor relation video streams together. And then we all make it together. It's guaranteed to make you money. It's just a giant stable pool farm. Yep, I'm a big fan of Harmony. What do I think of Heather DAO? I never look into all these other DAOs. I did a video about scammy DAOs, and then Hector was one of them. I'm not calling it a scam. I don't know much about it. My day job has various responsibilities. Whoa, AMC red again? Darn. Come on, AMC. Everything's up. You gotta go up. I need AMC to go up. I've over invested by a lot. I need the devs at AMC to do something. Jesus, everything's up. Robinhood's 13 bucks, guys. 13 bucks. Look at this. This chart looks like time. Like pretty much all of these high growth stocks, they look like time. Look at this. If you think time's bad, look at Ride. Holy crap. It's everywhere, guys. Like every investment, it's the same type of risk profile. Look at this. All these same charts. That's what people don't understand about investment. It's so dangerous. Degen, there's an update on Wonderland website? Really? You mean the Medium? No, it's the same one. There's an update here. No, it looks the same. Oh, there's a fund. There it is. The fund and block page. They finally made this public. Now, I leaked this a few days ago. So now they have it in public. Oh, why does it say 827 million here, but 702 here? Something's up. Maybe this has better representation of the fund. And then they got a blog, a list of posts. Great! Looks like they're taking some of my ideas, my suggestions. Good. Danny needs to be replaced by Degen. I mean, I would do it if I'm given like $100 million or something. How much percent am I down? Probably 80% plus. Yep, they shut down the leverage. Where's Trader Joe in this? I think this whole thing started with Trader Joe. Everything went down since the fight between Danny and Trader Joe. Now people can't get, right after that, people can't buy time easily because they don't know where to buy. So that dried up all the new money coming in. It was really stupid. So WMemo pool is gone. You can no longer leverage WMemo on Abra. So stop leveraging. Thanks, Ryan. You can help me build Degen DAO. Betting platform. I mean, the Degen DAO will have the ability to simp on things like Irene DAO. It's going to be all about simping. Am I disguised toast? No, I'm a fan of him though. Do you think time will pump to 3,000? Hope so. Do you see recovery? I don't know. Like, no one knows in the future what's gonna happen in the future. Let's go stocks. Microsoft. Nice. So Microsoft beat earnings last night. It's going up. All of my stocks are dead. I don't know. It looks good. Recover today, but we need. Holy! Stop turning red, AMC. We need AMC to go up. RKT too. Holy. It's not what I want to see. I have a lot of bags, guys. A lot of bags. They're all underwater. Oh, Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla is 946. It's up 3% today. But look at the chart. Tesla is getting still bullish though, but nice support bounce right here. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a good stream, guys. I gotta get ready for work. I had to take a shower, eat, and really appreciate you guys for showing up. Hang in there. Well, I'm not gonna say. Well, yeah, hang in there. Read all the news you can and try to digest all of this. All right. So, thank you for coming up. Give me a support on Patreon if you want to help out. Hit the like and subscribe, share, Twitter, all of that. Follow all of that stuff. All right. I appreciate you guys, and see you guys next time. Have a great day, guys.